Hey everybody, what's up? This is Sweezy's World. Could be your world. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I mean, I do appreciate it. I hope you all had a great day, and hope it didn't rain where you were at. And excuse me. And I hope it didn't rain where you're at, and you had a great day, and maybe you even had time for a quick little barbecue. You don't know. I hope so. All right. Hey, look. What I do on this channel is I talk about things that interest me. All right, and I talk about things that maybe will interest you. I hope so. And what I do now at the beginning of every little video, I like to say a Bible verse. I think it's warranted. I believe in Jesus Christ, and I think, it's something I believe in. And so I just wanted to say this. This is John 15:10. Okay, Jesus said, "If you obey my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I obey my Father's commands and remain in His love." Amen. Amen. All right. Hey, look. A lot of doo-doo going on everywhere. Y'all already know what kind of doo-doo's going on everywhere. I kind of want to take 1 second and show you what I have, and didn't think to get it already. I'm repurposing an iPad mini, okay? Repurposing an iPad mini. And what I'm doing is, me and my drones, right? Well, thanks for my glasses here. All right. I've repurposed my iPad mini to be a screen. Instead of, with this particular model, sometimes they say use a phone. Well, using a phone is stupid to me. So I use it for this, and it works really, really quite well. And it's, of course, the screen is so much bigger, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's great. I like my drones. If you get the money and have spare money, you should probably try and get one. Anyways, if you buy DJI, to which I have, and they've gone up in price. I know it. It's probably not going to come down in price anytime real soon. The least expensive one that I've seen out there is the Mini 4K, which is an ultralight by all means. It's under 250 grams. And it's a cool little drone. And it's got a 4K camera on it. And you can control it, as far as you can see it, and which is allowed by law anyways. And I think they're really cool. And, the reason you might want a drone is when the proverbial, whatever does hit that proverbial fan, which probably could happen anytime after or when and if Trump decides to lay waste to a specific building in Iran, or 2 or 3 of them, there may be trouble because we have buku terrorists in this country. Buku. They were let in by the last administration. And but what I'm getting at with these drones, and even bigger drones if you want, by all means, but these are really small, can't see them too well, they're great. They can handle up 25-mile-an-hour winds. It's not bad. But the best thing you want is an eye in the sky. You know what I'm saying? An eye in the sky. When you know what's going on 2 blocks over from your house, in case there's like commotion going on, and you're with your little group here, or, maybe your little group over there, and y'all just kind of getting together a little bit, and you hear all this stuff going on elsewhere. Well, you might want to, put something up in the air. And if you fly that thing 300 feet, between that and 400 feet, they'll never hear it. They'll never even see it. And you can fly over, hit the zoom, see what's going on, count how many people are there doing whatever it is that they're doing. That's, are you in any danger? Are your friends and family, anybody in any danger? If you're not, bring it on back. You're going to bring it on back anyway, so bring it on back. And that's why you would need a drone. I think it's ultimately important. Now, there's some less expensive drones out there that are probably pretty good. And I don't know. I don't have one. But, and I don't know anybody that has one. Most people I know, my neighbors and stuff, they all have these DJI drones. They have a little bigger ones than I've got, but, they're cool. They're real cool. But yeah, these other ones, they're a couple $100, $300 maybe. I know that's a lot of money, but you want something that can handle some stuff. You don't need one to fly 5 miles down the road. You really don't. They have them that can do that. Some of these DJI Mavic, the Mavic 4 Pro can can go a long way. You can set up waypoints on a map, and I mean that sucker can fly, probably 10 miles out and do a UE and come back. And you can take pictures of the whole 9 yards of where you're going, so you know what's going on. But me personally, with an ultralight, I'm not going but 4 or 5 blocks in any direction. That's all I really need to know, and it's really all you really need to know. If you have a homestead or something, you might want to have one to go out far enough, check your borders, the boundaries and stuff on your farms and your homesteads. It's a good idea. I'm just saying, it's just a good idea to have at least one. And like I said, I've got 2, but just in case one gets messed up, you got to back up. That's just me. But you only need one, and you just need to fly it. You need to learn how to fly it. You need to do some beginning flights if you've never flown one before. Don't go taking the thing up in the air 300 feet, flying all around, a block or 2 later, and you've never flown one before. Don't do that. Take it up 10 feet, 12 feet above the ground, twirl it around a little bit one way, twirl about another way, move it to the right, move left, all that kind of stuff. And you do that 2 or 3 times, and then you go to test flights 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 test flights, which is where you go higher. If you live in an area that I live in, I would take Matt to the end of my yard and over the privacy fence, and I'd look over the privacy fence, and then I'd bring it back. And you do that 2 or 3 times until you know what's going on, know what happens when it's going out, and when you try and turn it, because sometimes it's reversed when it's coming back. So I'm just saying, like, a lot of people forget that, and they lose control. And the next thing you know, they're going, I lost my drone, and they get fed up with it, and then they don't try it no more, and they just put it in a box and put it away. Get proficient with your drone. It's just common sense. Learn how to fly them. They're relatively simple as long as you know what you're doing. That's all there is to it. And if you get an ultralight, there's no registration. There's no doing anything with it. You don't have to do nothing with it. You do have to you have to take a test called Truest, or a true test called True. Simple. It's common sense. But if you don't know anything about it, you can find all the information about it out there. It's like a 3, 4, or 5 minute read, and just go to that, the FAA site, and do the True test, and you're golden. Because if you're ever out and about and you're, in a park somewhere, and a cop wants to come up, and you've got an ultralight, does not need registration by law, but they will probably ask if you have a True certification, which is just a little light, piece of paperwork. Put it on your phone. You got it there. You can show it to them, and they go, okay, and you go. So just saying. If you get the bigger drones, you get the big Mavic and stuff like that, you will have to register that by law. It's not saying if you live out in the country somewhere in a homestead, I wouldn't worry about it. And technically, I wouldn't worry about any of it anyways if we were into an SHtF situation, because there ain't going to be nobody caring what you're flying. No federal agency is going to give a hoot of what you're flying. They'll have a lot of other problems. So I guess then in that case, it doesn't really matter whatsoever. But you got to learn how to fly them, big or small. You got to learn how to fly them. All right. So, all right then. Hey, look, until next time, I was going to talk about all the crap that's going on. You already know all this crap that's going on. We're this buddy close to who knows what. And best thing I can do is tell you is prepare. Know what's going on in your area. Make sure that you pay attention to the news. Trump said he gave 2 weeks. He said within 2 weeks. He didn't say you got 2 weeks, and then he said sometime within 2 weeks he'll make that decision. That could be tomorrow. I'm just saying. So if he lets loose one of those things, there's no telling what these little splinter terror cells are going to be going crazy. They will. They'll go nuts. And so you have to be careful wherever you're at. So that's all I'm saying on the subject right now. I do appreciate y'all being here. Like it's nothing but love for you. I truly mean it. Thank you very much for coming by. Be good, be safe, and enjoy the rest of your night or evening. And we'll see you again.